All right, everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive. Today, we're tackling something that's been making waves and honestly kind of freaking some people out. AI and HR.
Yeah, it's definitely a hot topic.
It is. And look, we get it. The idea of robots taking over jobs, including maybe your job, isn't exactly comforting, right?
Right.
But what if we told you that AI and HR isn't about replacing humans? It's about, well, giving HR superpowers.
I like that. Superpowers.
Right. So for all those HR professionals out there who are maybe a little hesitant or maybe even just curious, what would you say is the biggest thing AI can do for them, like in their day-to-day work?
I'd say it's all about freedom. Freedom from, those tedious tasks that just eat up your time.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Think about screening resumes, scheduling interviews, even parts of onboarding. AI can automate a lot of that, which frees you up to focus on the things that really matter.
The human stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Strategy, talent development, building a great company culture, all that good stuff.
So it's not just about efficiency. It's about letting HR be more strategic.
Absolutely. And that's where the real power of AI comes in. It's not just about doing things faster. It's about doing things smarter.
Okay, so how does it do that? Make things smarter, I mean.
Well, think about all the data that HR departments have access to. Employee records, performance reviews, surveys, the list goes on, right?
Right.
AI can analyze all that data and uncover patterns and insights that humans might miss.
Oh, wow. So it can predict things like employee turnover.
Exactly. Or identify high potential employees, even forecast future talent needs.
That's pretty incredible. It's like having a crystal ball for your workforce.
In a way, yeah. And it allows HR to be proactive, not reactive.
So instead of just putting out fires, you're actually preventing them from happening in the first place.
Exactly. And that's a game changer for any organization.
It sounds like it. But I know some people might be thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but I'm no data scientist. How am I supposed to use AI? What would you say to that?
I get it. It can seem intimidating, but honestly, you don't need to be a tech expert to use AI in HR. There are so many user-friendly tools and platforms out there designed specifically for HR professionals.
So it's more about understanding what AI can do and finding the right tools for your needs.
Exactly. And being curious, willing to experiment and, embrace the learning curve. It's like anything new, there's going to be a bit of a learning curve.
Right. And once you get over that curve, you've unlocked a whole new level of, was it superpowers?
The superpowers, exactly. And speaking of superpowers, let's talk about personalization, because that's another area where AI is really shining.
Oh, yeah. Personalization is huge these days. But how does AI actually make that happen in HR?
Think about it. Every employee is different. They have different needs, goals, learning styles. AI can help HR tailor experiences to each individual employee.
So instead of a one-size-fits-all approach, it's about creating a more customized experience.
Exactly. Whether it's onboarding, training programs, or even career development, AI can help make it more personalized.
That's got to be huge for employee engagement, right?
Yeah.
Feeling like the company actually sees you as an individual, not just a number.
Absolutely. And when employees feel valued and supported, they're more likely to be engaged, productive, and, stick around.
Makes sense. It's like having a personal HR assistant for every employee.
Without the actual assistant, yeah.
Yeah.
AI can provide employees with the information, resources, and support they need when they need it.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Now, I want to shift gears a bit and talk about how AI is changing the game for talent acquisition.
Oh, that's a big one. It's not just about matching keywords on resumes anymore.
I was going to say, I bet it's way more sophisticated than that.
It is. Think about AI-powered platforms that analyze a candidate's entire online presence, their skills, their experience, even their social media activity.
Wait, really? They're looking at social media too?
In some cases, yeah. It's about getting a more holistic view of the candidate, beyond just what they put on their resume.
Wow. So they're assessing things like soft skills, cultural fit, even predicting how successful a candidate might be.
Exactly. It's about finding the best match, not just the most qualified on paper.
That's got to save recruiters a ton of time and effort, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It allows them to focus on building relationships, nurturing candidates, and making those smarter hiring decisions.
So we've talked about how AI can automate tasks, provide insights, personalize experiences, and even revolutionize hiring. It's a lot to take in. Do you have any real-world examples of how companies are actually using AI in HR today?
Oh, tons. We're seeing companies use AI for everything from automating performance reviews to creating personalized career paths. It's also being used to analyze employee sentiment, identify potential burnout risks, even predict employee flight risks.
Wow, that's amazing. It really seems like AI is becoming an indispensable tool for HR.
It really is.
But I'm guessing there are still some challenges and considerations that come with implementing AI, right?
Of course. We need to be mindful of data privacy, make sure AI is being used ethically, and always remember that human oversight is crucial.
Right, so it's not about letting AI run wild. It's about using it responsibly.
Exactly. AI should augment and empower HR professionals, not replace them.
So it's a partnership.
Exactly.
Wow.
A partnership between humans and technology to create a better workplace for everyone.
Well said. All right, everyone, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll be digging even deeper into the practical applications of AI in HR and what this all means for your day-to-day work. So stay tuned.
And we're back. Before the break, we were getting into some pretty mind-blowing stuff about how AI is already transforming HR, like from automating tasks to personalizing the whole employee experience.
And it's really just the beginning.
Right. Like we've only scratched the surface here.
Exactly. There's so much more to explore.
Well, let's keep exploring then. One area I'm really curious about is learning and development. I mean, how is AI changing the way companies train and develop their employees?
Oh, it's a game changer, for sure. Think about it. AI can analyze an employee's skills, their job role, even their career aspirations,
Okay.
and then recommend personalized learning paths. It's like having a custom-tailored development plan for every single employee. Wow, so no more generic training programs that everyone has to sit through.
Nope. AI can suggest specific courses, articles, videos, even mentors that are most relevant to each individual's needs and goals.
That's incredible. It's like having a personal career coach in your pocket.
Exactly. And because AI can track progress and performance, it can provide real-time feedback and adjust the learning path as needed.
So it's constantly evolving and adapting to each employee's development.
Precisely. It's all about creating a more engaging and effective learning experience.
That makes a lot of sense. But what about on a broader level? Can AI help organizations identify those skills gaps that everyone's always talking about?
Oh, absolutely. AI can analyze job market trends, industry data, even internal performance data to pinpoint those crucial skills that are in high demand but maybe lacking within the organization.
So it's like having a crystal ball for future skills needs.
Kind of, yeah. And having that foresight allows HR to be proactive.
I like that. Proactive.
They can develop targeted training programs or adjust hiring strategies to make sure the organization has the talent it needs to stay competitive.
So AI isn't just helping individuals grow, it's helping entire organizations adapt and evolve.
Exactly. And that brings us to another really important area, employee engagement.
Ah, yes, the holy grail of HR. How can AI help us crack the code on keeping employees happy and engaged?
Well, think of it this way. AI can be like a super-powered listening tool.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
It can analyze employee feedback from surveys, performance reviews, even emails or chat logs.
Wow, really? Emails and chats, too?
Yep. And it can identify patterns and trends that might indicate low morale, burnout risk, or even potential flight risks.
It's like an early warning system for employee issues.
Exactly. And that allows HR to intervene proactively, address concerns, and provide support before things escalate.
That's amazing. It's like having a finger on the pulse of the entire workforce.
In a way, yeah. And it's all about creating a more positive and supportive work environment where employees feel heard and valued.
Yeah, that's huge. Okay, switching gears a bit, I'm also curious about how AI is impacting compensation and benefits.
Oh, that's a fascinating area. It's often overlooked, but AI has the potential to really revolutionize how companies approach compensation and benefits.
Really? Tell me more.
Think about it. AI can analyze massive amounts of data on salary trends, industry benchmarks, and even internal equity
Right.
to make sure that employees are being paid fairly and competitively.
So it's about taking the guesswork out of compensation and making sure everything is transparent and equitable.
Exactly. And AI can also help personalize benefits packages based on individual employee needs and preferences.
So like if someone is a new parent, AI might suggest certain benefits that are relevant to their situation.
Exactly. It's about creating a more tailored and meaningful benefits experience for each employee.
That's amazing. I'm seeing a theme here. It seems like AI is all about personalization, efficiency, and making data-driven decisions.
You got it. And it's all about empowering HR to be more strategic and impactful.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, from learning and development to employee engagement to compensation and benefits. It seems like AI is transforming pretty much every aspect of HR.
It really is. And for HR professionals who are still on the fence, I encourage them to Just dive in, start experimenting, and embrace the learning process.
Yeah, don't be intimidated. There's so much potential here.
Exactly. And the sooner you start exploring AI, the sooner you can start reaping the benefits.
Well said. Okay, everyone, we're going to wrap things up after a quick break. But when we come back, we'll be talking about some practical steps that HR professionals can take to embrace AI and leverage its power to transform their organizations. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. We spent this whole deep dive talking about how AI is changing the game for HR. But now, let's get down to brass tacks. For those HR professionals out there who are ready to jump in, where do they even start?
It's a great question. It can feel like a bit of a jungle out there with all the different AI tools and solutions.
Right, like where do you even begin?
Well, I always recommend starting with a clear understanding of your own needs and challenges. What are the biggest pain points in your current HR processes?
So those tasks that are taking up way too much time, causing headaches, or just, feeling inefficient.
Exactly. Are you drowning in resumes, spending hours scheduling interviews, struggling to keep up with performance reviews? Those are all prime candidates for AI solutions.
Okay, that makes sense. Start with the problem, then find the AI tool that can help you solve it. But there are so many tools out there. How do you even know where to look?
There are a few things you can do. First, talk to your network. See if any of your HR colleagues are already using AI tools and get their recommendations.
Oh, that's a good idea. Get the inside scoop from people you trust.
Exactly. You can also do some online research, check out industry reports, and look for vendors that specialize in AI for HR. And don't be afraid to ask for demos or trial periods to really get a feel for the different tools.
So shop around a bit and see what's out there.
Exactly. Find the tools that best fit your needs, your budget, and your company culture.
Now, one thing we haven't talked about yet is data. I know AI is all about data analysis, so how can HR teams make sure they're setting themselves up for success in that department?
That's a crucial point. Data is the fuel that powers AI, so data quality is absolutely essential. Take a good hard look at your current HR data. Is it clean, accurate, organized in a way that AI tools can actually use it?
So it's almost like laying the groundwork for AI success by getting your data house in order.
You got it. Spend some time cleaning up your data, standardizing formats, and making sure everything is properly categorized. It'll pay off big time in the long run.
Now let's talk about the people side of this equation, because implementing AI in HR isn't just about technology, it's about people. How can HR teams get their own people, their employees, on board with this whole AI thing?
Communication is key. Be transparent with your team about why you're implementing AI, how it will be used, and what benefits they can expect to see. Address any concerns they might have about job security or privacy.
So it's about building trust and making sure everyone feels comfortable with this new technology.
Exactly. And remember, AI is not about replacing humans. It's about augmenting human capabilities and allowing HR professionals to focus on the things that humans do best.
Right, like building relationships, fostering creativity, and driving strategic initiatives.
Exactly. Those are the things that AI can't replicate.
So it's about finding that balance, that sweet spot, where technology and human expertise work together to create the best possible outcomes.
Couldn't have said it better myself. The future of HR is exciting, and AI is a big part of that future. So for all the HR professionals out there, I say embrace the possibilities, experiment, learn, and most importantly, don't be afraid to lead the way.
That's a great note to end on. Thanks so much for joining us for this deep dive into AI and HR. It's been an incredible conversation, and I hope everyone listening feels inspired and empowered to explore the amazing possibilities that AI has to offer. Until next time, keep learning, keep innovating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the world of HR.